Man. Well, I tell you what, guys. We got our fifth episode ready to go. And pretty much all of February after tomorrow will be taken care of. So, pretty much through February 2nd through the 23rd, we'll have our 5 episodes. And then for March, we'll have 5 episodes. For April, at least 4. And May, at least 4. That was pretty good. I'm going to have a good time. It'll be a beautiful day tomorrow to get out on the ranch. I did schedule for a 2 p.m. showing. And that way, I gotta say, it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. I may get out there at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So, I gotta say, it's going to be pretty nice. Well, right now, cloudy skies with cloud cover. Could see a spotty shower or thunderstorm. Possibly 2 during this afternoon. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I gotta say, it's nice and quiet in the apartment complex right now. One of my roommates just went off to work. The second roommate is fixing to go off to work as well. And basically, I'd just be here all by myself. Gonna be pretty nice. I love weekends where I just get out and do things, go out to the ranch, ride horses, just be a guy, be a cowboy. I love being cowboys. Oh. But anyway, yeah, just got done with breakfast not too long ago and had a restaurant called Las Palapas, which you can find that in San Antonio and around everywhere around here is got pretty good restaurants and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, we are working on the 5th episode tomorrow. Next week could be episode 6. And gotta say, I guess with the weather, episode 6 could be next week sometime. Or it may have to wait because we still have more rain in our forecast. Which I think we're about ready to see the first upper level low. And then the secondary upper level low will arrive sometime next week. But anyway, we'll wait and find out afterwards. But anyway, just chilling out today and having a good time doing that. Evidently, they had it like all the trail rides, you called a book, but usually I do my reservations online, and I got my reservation for tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. to 3. And so far, gotta say, this will be my 5th trail ride. Riding a horse and all types of stuff. Now, speaking about, we're going to show you guys a cowboy boots that one of my former co-workers gave me. And they're good for riding. You might want to get you some boots. And yeah, so far, go ahead and show you my riding boots. Now, I will say these are the boots that I go horseback riding with. And as you can see, they're pretty nice. Yeah, probably let my dad watch this video too. He'd be like, son, those are some good boots. Where'd you get them? Oh, former co-worker of mine. When he was working on base and stuff, he gave me these. Even for a birthday gift last year, I've had them for almost a year. There's no horse dung on them. If there was, then you'd be looking saying, oh, gross, you got boots that got horse tongue on them. Oh man, I crack myself up when I'm doing that. Oh boy. I crack myself up, but it's absolutely true. When you're walking through a ranch, just like the one that I normally go to, which is West Creek, I usually get out of my car with these things on. And yeah, so far I have wore them, and all of this is just dirt and stuff. There's no horse tongue on there. I tell you what. Last week I went down to the trail rides, and pretty much it's all muddy because it just got done raining last week. We've had last week with rain. This week is potentially for rain. And next following weekend, which we got more rain in our forecast, and so on. But anyway, so yeah, episode 5 goes into effect tomorrow afternoon. You guys will see it when it gets on the list after we get done with the horse trail ride. And gotta say, I don't know how many riders we'll have tomorrow afternoon. I know last Sunday it was a total of up to 25 riders. All the horses were gone, and they took every single one on the horse trail ride. And I gotta say, that was pretty good on a Sunday afternoon. But anyway, it's pretty good. They run a pretty great business out there at the West Creek Trail Rides. So like I said, if you guys want to go out and you're visiting San Antonio and you want to go horseback riding, link down below in the description. You can do your reservation online, or you could call them and set up an appointment to book. I mean, if you haven't been horseback riding, well, you're missing out. These horses are trained. They got them broken. And that's a good thing. You don't want a horse that goes like crazy, because you'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They'd be trying to buck you off or whatever. You'd be like trying to ride a donkey or something. Oh, whoa, you. But I tell you what. Oh man. I'm just being silly today. I tell some of the most funniest stories. Just have to interact a little bit of what I'm talking about and stuff. But anyway, yes, all horses are trained, so you don't have to worry about them trying to throw you off or something. They won't do that, But when you're on a horse, you got to make sure that you're easy on those reins. So, got to say, you got to be easy on them. Because the horse has that thing in his mouth. It's like a metal thing. And you pull too hard, you might hurt him. So, just a FYI, be careful on them. But anyway, I think I did hear my secondary roommate going off to work. And yeah, I do have a meeting in just a little bit. I got to go off to the Starbucks down there and go meet up with one of the SWF members. And pretty much, I think we're meeting up some new recruits in this program of ours here. Even though I I don't know about these new recruits. I mean, I've only been here 2 years. 2024 will be my second year being here. And having this apartment, this room, I gotta say. Guys, I've been thinking about what I said during last week, and it's about the show. And really, I think that if I tend to go and I cancel this series, then what would that do? Would that make me bored or have less filming to do? I love to film, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I know 5 years, like 5 seasons, that I've been here. And gotta say, if I quit now, and I mean, it's kind of up for debate when you think about it. Because you got these what ifs in your head. Well, what if you quit and, what happens then? Are you doing less filming, or are you going to try to get back up on the horse and say, I'm going to do more filming? I mean, we got projects to work on. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not like I'm not around. I'm always around. I love being here. I mean, YouTube has been my job for the last 11 years. And I've really enjoyed being on YouTube for 11 years. It's great. It's a great platform. That's the word I was trying to look for. But anyway, I've enjoyed a lot of doing episodes and shows, and just old shows go out and new shows coming in. But when your views are not doing well, I gotta say it's probably time to do something else, series related. And you get the whole idea. If something's not doing good, then it's time to go. It's like a store. Like, I'm going to use the little tiny Walmarts. Just for example. Let's say the little tiny Walmart just barely opened, and yes, there's a lot of people coming in one week. Then the next following week, you barely have somebody coming in. Why is that? Because they don't like the tiny Walmart at all. They like the super center Walmart. Oh. That's what they like. They like more power things, So that Walmart, the little tiny store, is like saying, well, we could do better. And, people will come in. You're just not going to have too much as what you did on opening day. I mean, you'd be like, oh, okay, we'll see what we could do about that, But anyway, these little Walmarts, if you don't have the money coming in, then there's no reason to stay in business. Because how are you going to make money and keep the doors open at the same time? Exactly. No idea. But there is one idea to make that money, and that is best customer service and everything else. Besides, I've been in retail for 9.5 years during my time with Sam's Club. which I don't miss those guys. I really do not. I'm happy I'm gone. I'm super excited that I don't have to make a $600 every 2 week type paycheck. Screw that nonsense, let me tell you. That's not enough to even afford rent or utilities or whatever you want. They'd be like, oh, $600 is all they get. And while these managers up there at that Sam's that I used to work for make $8,000 a week being rich, and they're driving all these other associates to being in poor. That's what's wrong with them these days, is they don't know what they're doing. And I gotta say, oh boy. I mean, they really don't when you think about it. These high-ranking managers make more money than the average associate does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen it. One day you have a manager that has a Jeep, and then the next day he's got a brand new one with a paper license plate on there. I'm like, huh? Where does he get all that money to afford something like that? Let me guess. He's making more money than an average employee. Well, minimum wage people make $15 an hour, which, That's how much I made over the last 9.5 years. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get any more raises. The longer I'm here, they're not going to give me no more raises. But with this new job, working on a military installation base, I had 3 raises and make more money than what I do. Like, really, that's pretty good. It's $17.50 an hour just for a janitor's position. And it's really good. You work Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. You're off weekends. Oh, excuse me.